relief.
Whew. Just, count to 10, take a deep breath, and press click.
And hope for the best.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday. It's just got a mind of its own.
Well, we made it to Wednesday, so that's good. We just got to make it through the rest of the week, and we'll have a new week. A new month, too.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Wow. I feel like this has been the longest month of my life. They call it Maycember if your kids are in school.
Really?
Yes, because it's like Christmas. It's like December, you know what I mean, and all the hustle and bustle. So May, for people who have kids in school, it's like you're going crazy with all this stuff,
Well,
end of the year parties and just graduations. And it's not just kindergarten or, 5th grade or 8th grade or 12th grade. It's like all these graduations.
We didn't have all that. We graduated from high school.
I mean, nobody cared. Exactly. Nobody cared if I graduated or not. I mean, they did about high school, but like not 8th grade and 5th grade and stuff like that.
No, it just wasn't a thing. But,
Look, I'm still going to celebrate my people.
Well,
obviously.
and your people have people that you've known since they were very little people, so they're kind of like your people, too.
That's why I'm kind of broke this month, too. I mean, Peyton's gone to so many graduation parties, and you do want to give them a little something. So you do.
Yeah.
But,
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
We're just sitting here talking about graduations in Maycember. And Kim was shocked that I said Maycember. But it's a thing, okay? It's a thing. I mean, May's busy. If you've got kids in school, you're just slammed.
Yeah. Well,
So, just, I survived.
and then with all that going on, they've got exams.
Oh my gosh. That too. And paying for AP exams for my oldest. I'm like, it's like $100 and something a pop. The more AP, so each AP test. She passed. I was like, she better. I didn't even check.
I was going to say something really ugly.
Say it. I want to hear it.
Well, if the kids aren't as smart as Peyton, do they have to pay an extra fee because they couldn't?
No. If you take an AP class and you fail your AP exam, you don't get your money back. So,
Oh, she says we're not on YouTube.
What?
Thank you for telling us.
I honestly, I can exit the room for a second and see what's going on Restream, but like, why? That's what I want to say. Why?
We don't.
I don't know. Sarah says we're not on YouTube, which,
This is how it goes. This is why we have to laugh all day long because things go wrong and.
No, it says it's streaming. It says it's doing it. We're just gonna roll with it.
Okay. Sarah, she checked the technical aspects of the program.
Well, that's because when we first hit live, we stalled out, and so there's a second live going, so we have to delete.
But there's nobody from YouTube on here.
Well, they may or may not find us. I don't know. Sometimes I just can't. I can't win the battle.
I know.
But we can wait. We can just jibber jabber a little bit longer and see if anybody else hops on. But it's going. So anyway.
Well, good.
Yeah. I'm excited about today because this is something that we have not
Ever.
really touched on, I don't think.
Ever. Never.
We have not ever? No. Oh, because I'm thinking of like when we did Temu and stuff like that, because we've pulled images from the internet before and kind of done a couple things.
We've done like scams and just, buyer beware type things, but not what we're doing today. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too, because it'll be a great topic. So let's just talk about what we're wearing while we're, waiting for a couple more people to hop on. What are you wearing today?
Waves and Raves by Raquel, Welch and Ice Sweet Cream. I love this wig. The hollow fiber.
Give it a spin. It's cute. I love it. I don't know when we're coming in, but they're sold out.
Last I heard it was end of June.
Oh, so that's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah, but if you place an order right now, then you're actually behind those other people. So.
But I just ordered a Posh premiere for a lady, and the ETA is late 2025, so November, December.
What?
It was in Ice Granita.
All right. So look,
Denise says YouTube's working.
Yeah.
So I don't know why nobody's joining us, but
it's okay. Maybe they're busy. It's like, the first part of summer.
I know.
So.
Vacations and.
Yeah. Who knows?
Do your kids do summer school?
No. But I send them to summer camp, and that's like paying for a vacation. It's dumb. It's good. I'm glad that they get to go. But. Yeah, so Okay, Annie's saying plenty of us over there on YouTube. Okay, great.
Great.
This is fabulous. All right, so, and then I'm wearing Park Avenue by BelleTress. I love this in Mocha Maple Brown. I really like it. It's in raw sugar blonde, too. Oh, I love that.
The BelleTress colors are just insanely beautiful.
Yes.
They really are.
So, love it, love it, love it. It's great. Easy to wear, throw and go. She's easy, so that's why I like her a lot. Okay, so since we've had more people hopping on, let's just talk about what we're talking about today.
There are images, and we get these images sent to us via email. There are a lot of these, most of them are from the things that were posted in the group. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know about our VIP group, it's Mimi's Wig Chicks VIP. Mimi's, yeah.
VIP, I don't know. What's wrong with us today?
I don't know. We're just off our game.
We have a VIP group, though. And so most of these photos are, I'm getting text messages from clients. People are printing them out. They've got screenshots of stuff. And they're coming in and they're showing us all these photos. And they're great. And we love them. And so we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit.
The reality is...
Oh, yeah, there's a reality.
They're not real.
Yeah.
They're real, but they're not real.
Now, exactly. So we're going to kind of dive into that and talk about that today and basically what we do. So when you guys show us images and they're like AI and if it's like a haircut or something, ultimately what we do is we just pull what's closest to that. So we're going to kind of talk about that. But some of these actually are real wigs. Mm-hmm. And they've like listed, what they are. It's just kind of more about finding the information. So anyway, we're going to dive into that. We're just going to get started right now. And we're using Kim right off the bat as our first example. So typically when you're seeing some of these images, they're going to look really, really smooth. They're going to look fabulous.
But then if you look at the bottom, when you can see all the wrinkles in my neck and my skin doesn't look as good.
So this is the same photo that we've taken. We ran it through We ran it through Facetune. So we filtered it. We did all this different stuff. And when you do that, it looks like that. It changes the color of the wig. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily really change the style of the wig, but it kind of can if it smooths it out too much. So this is just the perfect example. So she's in charge. And anyway, we've got in charges to put on. So let's do it.
Okay.
I forgot a liner. Girl. I can get you one. Let me just...
Hi, Carol.
Here you go, friend.
But it makes it hard. Like, when I see images like that, it makes it hard because I'm trying to manage my expectations of what I want. And I want to look all smoothed out and everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's not going to happen. But we don't use filters on our videos. We don't use filters on our images because people want to see real people and they don't want to see a over-filtered somebody that doesn't even look like themselves.
I mean, I want to look like those filters too. Like, I do. But I think really ultimately what happens, and when there are some influencers and people out there that are using those filters and then they're selling wigs, when you look at them, you're sitting here going, well, why does my color, that's what the shaded cappuccino, right?
Right.
It's like, why doesn't mine look like that? Okay.
Well, mine doesn't look like that.
Right. And it's because it's been ran through, AI filters. So if you are filtering your images, that's AI. And I think sometimes some people are like, no, that's not an AI image. It's just a filter. No, that's filters.
Well, and
AI.
there's a filter, and then there's stacking filters.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's when it gets really kind of weird.
Yes. So this is the in charge. This is what it looks like. It's a cute style. I love it. It's really good. And actually, we are going to switch colors, but then after that, we're going to leave it on for a hot minute. Because if you come in and you show us, let's say that you show us Kim's picture, and you're like, I love this, but I don't know what it is because I just found it on the internet floating around somewhere. What we do ultimately is we just go and we just pull the closest style.
Right.
I mean, we love images. We do. We're like, bring in a picture of what you want. The thing is that sometimes it gets tricky when it's like, well, that's not a real one.
Well, and, even when Keri and I switch wigs, the wig is never going to look the same on you.
Nope.
The wig companies allow a 10% variant before they will ever call anything defective. So 10% in a wig is a lot. So it might be a little longer, it might be a little curlier, it might be a little straighter. Although there's a lot of variables that go into it. And then when you start putting face shape and how long your neck is, it's going to look different on you.
Mm-hmm, definitely. All right, let's switch. you go. In Charge is such a good one.
Oh, I love it. This is one of my favorites.
Hi, Ivy. So glad you could join us.
Hi, Ivy.
Okay. So this is just a perfect example of us, trying on the In Charge, not filtered. So everybody's got to have just realistic expectations, right? Okay. Now, up next, we've got Straight Up with a Twist. So all of these next images were actually pulled straight off of our wig group, Mimi's Wig Chicks, the VIP group. And I did blur out. We're not calling anybody out. You can still post all this stuff in there. Like, we're not saying don't post it. You know what I mean? We're just using these as an example of like, hey, somebody posted this in. They loved this cut, but they can't find anything that's just right. And, well, it's because this is a haircut. But, so we're going to try on Straight Up with a Twist. We had our wig Rolodex Alexi pull styles that were very similar to these pictures. But also, I want to point out, if you were to come in, put on your Straight Up with a Twist. We would pull, for this haircut, we would pull this In Charge because it's very, very similar. But we would also pull Straight Up with a Twist because it's a variation. You can get a lot of lift out of that. So both of these cuts are something that we would pull for this haircut.
This is a face flopper.
That's a face flopper. You need a blow dryer on that sucker.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so
But
you get the drift, right? So it's like we would pull a couple bobs that look very similar to this haircut so that you could try them on. And look, I'm going to say this. Wigs are just like haircuts in a sense of like, if you have your bio hair and you go get it cut and you show them a picture, it's not necessarily going to look just like that. Right. So wigs are the same. So we got to, keep that in mind.
I usually just want to look like the model. Like when I see a dress, I'm like,
me
too. I love that dress. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's not really made for your body.
Me too. But yeah, just a little bit of heat on this. This is a heat-friendly fiber. You could just blow this off your face, and it's a really
and you can style it like the image.
Yes, definitely. But this is a good bob. We don't pull her out enough, but she's face flopping today, man.
Yeah, she is.
But she is just a really good, easy one. Lace front, mono top. And actually, you're in an elite, which I didn't even realize they made an elite one.
You knew that. You just forgot.
Oh, well, then I forgot, you guys. I don't know. So this is just a great one. It's a great example of something that we would pull if you came in and you were showing us that picture. Now, like I said, I think In Charge is, like, hits it, the nail on the head.
Yeah, because it's got more fullness.
Because it's got the fullness, except for if we're talking the length, the Straight Up with the Twist is closer to the length. And that's why photos in here are always great. We ask our clients, bring a picture of, what you like, because it really helps us pull several different styles for you to try. Oh my gosh, this one's super face flopper.
Especially on the length, because, people try on wigs that we're wearing in the store all the time. They're like, it's so long on me.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a shorter, Keri's got a beautiful long neck, and so everything's going to look shorter on her than it does on most people.
Yeah.
And so that's why we would pull both, because if you had a longer neck, then you might want to go
and longer face.
Right.
So it's all about your facial shape and your neck. It's going to look different on everybody. So that's why we're going to pull, usually a couple. So it's like, hey, this is a style that meets that criteria that you just showed us off this image. And, then we try them on and see what you think.
Yeah.
All right. Up next. Wynn. So this photo.
I love this picture.
I love this picture too. And when Alexi was here yesterday, I'm like, all right, I need you to pull stuff that fits all this stuff. And she was a little bit stumped because she's like, it's the length that's getting me. I was like, just pull the closest. Yeah. You know what I mean? Pull what's closest. So Wynn's a really great cut. It is a monopart laced front. And you can get a little bit of lift in it. See, I think
she's got product in that.
Yeah, she's got product in her hair. And I just really feel like Alexi did a great job of pulling these because in my mind, this is a very similar cut to what is in that image.
Yeah.
You just need to, play with it a little bit.
Get a little bit of height in the bang. The bangs are more rounded, so they're not as flat as they are on my forehead.
A little bit of product.
And you're there.
Yes. Spin around. This is just a really cute bob. And I'm not even going to lie, I actually forgot about Wynn until she pulled it out.
We have so many wig styles that it is easy to forget.
Yeah. Ivy's saying she loves the frosted mushroom.
Yeah, she looks beautiful in frosted mushroom.
Oh, I haven't seen it on you, but I love frosted mushroom. This is such a great color that they came out with. So this is just a really easy bob. And like I said, this is what we would pull for this image if you brought it in, because it is very similar.
And, a client may sit there and go, it doesn't look the same. Well, it's not going to. That has been worked on.
Yeah, it's been worked
this getting worked on with Keri's magic fingers.
We
look
do.
Very similar.
Product and lift with steam and all sorts of stuff. And we can make it look just like that. So things don't always have to be, flat. Product goes a long way.
It does.
And I always tell people, I'm like, don't be afraid to put product in. Because it's really going to
You can wash it out.
personalize your hair.
It will, but you can wash it out.
Yeah.
So
Let's switch. I want to try on frosted mushroom. Haven't had it on in a while. The great thing about this is I have another client that I'm on the lookout for something. And I was like, Wynn is going to work for her.
see, this one was a good example. This has more fullness than that one.
But just, I know it doesn't look exactly like the picture, but you have to look at the overall. Ma'am, I think your hair is on crooked. I just not noticed that. There you go.
I just started here.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask. Can I ask you a question?
You can ask all the
So
questions.
see the image where she looks like she's got some more layering here.
We can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing. So I told Alexi, I said, just pull what's close. And she's always like, I'm not a hairstylist, so it's really hard for me to see the pattern sometimes. I'm like, just pull what's close. I'm having issues here.
I did too.
Yeah, this one has a little bit more issues. But here's the deal. We can fix all this. We can fix the bangs. We can lift all this. And I'm literally making her worse as we go on. But we can fix all of it, and we can lift her. And if you want a little bit more layering in here, we can do that. That's such an easy fix. The idea is really just to get as close to what you want as possible, and then we just modify it.
Well, and that's what the pictures are great for. So let's say you wanted to buy this online, and you're like, Keri, I really want it to look like the picture.
Yeah.
Now, we have a recipe, if you will, for what you want done. So
And
pictures are always good.
They're great. We get in a lot of stuff. Actually, we had a client not that long ago. She sent in Waves and Raves, and she's like, I want it to look like this wavy day. Well, what she wanted was the curl pattern aspect of it because she didn't like how full one was. She liked the wavy
Well, she
day
had
curl.
straightened it with a flat iron.
Well, I wasn't going to tell that part. I was just saying, but she did like the curl pattern of the wavy day. She wanted a little bit more loose, and so I was like, yeah, no problem. We can do that. So, look, I love photos because even if it's AI or if it's real, whatever, here's the deal. It gives us a really good idea of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next? Oh, this one, Jett. So, okay, this lovely picture. This I really believe is somebody that posted a haircut from a salon is what I think is happening here. And sometimes that's what we get a lot of. There is a slight filter on it, but this lady, she is lovely.
She's beautiful.
So Alexi pulled Jett, and I was like, that's great. She's like, we don't have the color, though, that I wanted to pull. I was like, doesn't matter, guys. Like, we're just going to try out cut-wise.
And we actually have a client that has bought Jett in a very similar color that styles hers just like that.
Yeah. So this is a great example of how product is really going to make a difference because when you put product in, you're going to get all the fullness. Wig wax is definitely a dream on this wig. And you're going to get all that texture that you see in that image. And it's just a really great short neckline cut. Super trendy. Love her for summer. I mean, I love her year round, but...
Yeah, but if you want something
Yeah.
short and lightweight, this is your girl.
Yeah. This is your girl. And she looks very similar to that image. There's also a couple other styles that we would pull, too, if you came in. We would pull... Link, she's a little bit shorter through here.
Disc.
Natalie. And then, was it Preston? What was I yelling at? I was like,
Not Preston.
Not Preston. It was a different one.
Perry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perry. If you wanted more length, it was Perry. I was like yelling. I'm like, do we have more Perrys? And they're like, what? Yeah. But this is just a great cut. So this is what we would pull if you showed us this image in here. So let's switch. This wig's comfortable too. It's Estetica.
Well, and one of the things I really like about it, it is a lace front with a machine-made cap, but look how deep that lace front goes.
Yes.
So you really get a very natural appearance at the part in the front.
I love her. She's just really good. You can get the fullness out of her. She is definitely one of those ones that I'm like, you need the product.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like...
She's really flat out of the box.
She really is. Look how cute she is.
She's cute.
Yeah. So get yourself a short haircut. Mess her all up.
Wig wax. Peace out cream.
Yes. Yes. All of that.
Even a little bit of water and touch it with some hairspray afterwards. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do. And if you need help with that, just give us a call and we can help.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Up next. So this one was a little bit trickier because, and again, Alexi pulled all of these from our VIP group. So she was really trying to be like, okay, this has been in the VIP group. What styles can I pull that are similar? So Austen by BelleTress, she was like, it's not exactly the cut. I was like, girl, just pull it. Pull it.
Well, it's heat friendly, so
Yeah.
if you want to change it a little bit, you can.
And then I'm putting on Preston by Estetica, which I think is very similar. It's not quite the same length as that image, but I remember correctly, Preston does come in a color similar.
Lynn, we can't see the chat on YouTube. People are telling us that we're there, but none of the questions or comments are coming through.
I don't know what's going
just
on.
Facebook.
And I already, I left the room and I checked. And I know that we're streaming to YouTube. I don't know what's going on. It's obviously a technical glitch, probably through Restream, our party that we use. I don't know.
See, if you wanted to calm that down, well, this isn't heat friendly, but we could do it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, if this was kind of a little bit more over directed and maybe a little trim. I love this wig.
Yes. It's a good one. So this is just kind of like what we would pull if you showed us this image. But, lots of great stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Switch. I don't think I've ever tried on Austen. So I need to.
You're just going to want her.
Well, I know that's what happens all the time. Oh, yes.
Both of these are so lightweight.
I'm going to tuck the other ear. Look at how cute she is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I told you, you're just going to want one.
Yes.
Perry is made by Estetica. And Perry is lace front with a monofilament top,
She's cute.
I believe.
Love it, love it. Oh. I need it. This color blends really good with my hairline.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I need it. But this is just an example of, how this is not quite that cut. Either of these are, but you can kind of modify it. Tuck it behind your ear, do a couple different things. With heat friendly, what I love about it is you can kind of make it a little bit smoother, kind of really change that up, and, put the curl back in. So you can really modify it a little bit more.
And if you're noticing the shine on this wig, it just needs dry shampoo in it. We put dry shampoo. Oh, I put dry shampoo in all of my blonde wigs because they're always too shiny. So.
Also, you just like the way it smells. Shine or not.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
going to spray it. She's like, I've worn
sprayed
this a
it.
couple times. Let me spray it.
I spray it in my own hair because I just love the way it smells.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Lynn, for running back and forth on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. And yes, Austen is cute, girl. She's cute.
Lynn, you might need one.
You might need one. Okay, so then last but not least, so this one's interesting because this has been put in the group a couple of times.
It's come in the store. It's come on email.
I've gotten it
everywhere.
from a client with a text. And go ahead and put her on. So we only have one Anima. We must have, I don't know what's going on. But
It goes in waves, then all of a sudden we'll just sell out.
and then we just have like none. But anyway, this is an actual influencer. And I don't remember her first name. I want to say it's Diane or Donna. I don't remember. But it's Style Me Ageless. So if you want to follow her, if you see her face pop up in the group, and it's like, because people will put her pictures in.
Right.
And they'll say, I need to know what wig this is. And I don't know where they're pulling the images from. That's another thing. Because sometimes people just screenshot and repost stuff. And then somebody
But she
posts it
tells
through.
you on her site, she tells you what the wig is.
She'll tell you the style and the color. What I will say, not trying to knock her, is that she does do a lot of filters.
Yeah.
So sometimes they may look a little bit different, as in smoother, or the color. It's not going to look distorted, but just maybe slightly off. Okay, so if it's like blonde, it might look a little bit more brighter. But I mean, she flat out put on there, it's like an Anima. So,
And it's been worked on. You can tell it's been straightened here.
yeah.
And the Anima bang also, it splits like that. And we have to
Yeah.
work on every single one. So the way she's got it pulled over, she's worked on that to get that positioning, and it looks fabulous.
It does, but I just encourage you. I mean, look, we're always like, follow whoever, do what you need to, but like follow her, because we're getting a lot of images from her, and so I'm like, she tells you right.
She's got some good stuff on there.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
So give her a follow, and then that way you know exactly what it is. But yeah, so I think that kind of wraps it up.
Yeah.
This is just a couple examples of some things that have come through. I'm like, I think I need this wig now.
I think you do.
Just check myself out. And everybody really knows what time it is now. The best part of the day.
Oh, the favorite person.
It is, yes. I'm going to go grab her. Marcia.
It's time?
It's time.
It's time.
Y'all are fast today. It's 4:30. Oh. Well, I was working on that.
Oh, you're working your fingers to the bone, lost track of time?
To that wig, yeah, look, it looks so good.
Oh, it does.
It's so pretty. Y'all know what time it is? It's time for the sale of the week. So did everything start working or no?
Well, we're not getting any of the comments from YouTube. And thank goodness for Lynn, because she's kind of popping back and forth and getting answers for people.
Who to follow?
Keri, what's that site?
To follow?
It's the lady? Is that
Yeah.
what you're talking
Hi, Sarah.
about? Style Me Ageless.
Style Me Ageless.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
All right, on to
Better
the task
things.
at hand.
Ooh, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the sale of the week.
All right, everything is 30% off. You get except for the NV Air Styler and the Mimi's exclusives, and you'll get a free wig grip with code FREEGRIP30. Now, in the comments, the notes, you have to put what color wig grip you want. Don't add it to your cart. Just tell us in
What color
the
you
comments what kind.
Or we'll just do what we think is best.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes
What
we'll
matches
go,
the wig,
We'll go
whatever you
look
buy.
we'll go look at your history and see what you've gotten in the past. But
Yeah.
it's helpful if you just go ahead and put in notes. So again, it is free grip 30% off, and a free wig grip, the
Yep.
color of your choice.
Y'all have a great week.
We'll see you on